we've got Training Tuesday on our hands. We're going to be limit testing our limit testing. Really, today is about maxing. I want to get the most out of everything. I want to take the things that I've learned and try to implement them at the highest level. So today's not about learning a new concept. It's going to be about rehearsing the things that make us the type of player that we are and seeing if we can get a little bit better, a little bit more practice at trying to actually implement everything. All right. Normally, the release of responsibility, or the way that you can learn a new skill, tends to be you hear about it, then you see it in practice, then you practice it with guideline, then you practice it without guideline, and then it's yours to effectuate. And really, every single skill that you want to add, it should go through that process if you really want to ingrain it. It's sort of like hearing it, taking notes, copying your notes, then giving someone a summary, and then you're able to give a presentation on something, right? That amount of rehearsal is needed to be able to really take hold of something and really call it your own. We've been working on a lot of those things. We've been working on top lane mechanics, like really the laning phase has been a big thing. So today we're really just going to try to do it all. We're going to implement all the things that we've been working on: lane mechanics, level spikes, communicating with the team, acing, right? Assess, communicate, and effectuate, and try to just do the best we can. So today's largely about competing. It is important to practice competing. That is something that a lot of teams don't actually do. They just go scrim block, where they play for the outcome. That's good sometimes. You want to play for training yourself, and then eventually you want to build into try to compete, right? Put yourself in that situation where you add crowd noise. If you're an outdoor sports team, play where you make the balls wet or the field wet, right? And you want to get used to getting into the zone when things are going to be at their most heightened stress levels. So if I were talking to the teams that are at Worlds right now, I would be taking them into the venue at Paris. I would be telling them to look around and imagine the crowds chanting and seeing the signs, seeing the flashing lights. I would love it if I could actually get in there and get the stage administrators to like put on a light show for you, essentially. Basically, what's it going to be like in the stadium? You want to talk about what it's like to have the introductions at the quarterfinals, where you're going to have someone on stage reading you, introducing the team as a host. There's a little bit longer downtime in between games, and you want to prepare yourself for as many of these elements as possible so that you can get into the best position for yourself and prepare your team so that they're ready for all those things, and then compete, right? Then once you see it, you go back and you have a practice and say, I want you to picture those things that we just saw. I want you to compete like hell, right? You're going to go crazy and feel what it's like to win or lose, or the ebb and flows of victory or defeat in those highly stressful situations. So to do this, highly recommend that you do it on your most comfortable champion. You want to minimize as many factors as possible. And this is one of the things that allows one tricks to climb so high. They get so used to their champion that they don't need to make any thoughts about their champion. They can just focus on the game and focus on competing. And that's the level of comfort that you want to get on any champion that you want to play. So hopefully you guys enjoy. I'm definitely going to be making some mistakes, and I'm going to be happy about them because they are learning opportunities. But today is the day that we try to put as much of it together as possible. Prepare my team for what's coming up here. I'm okay, I can take this. We don't know necessarily. It's probably Yasuo mid. Could be Fiddlesticks top though. So there are some matchups that we would care about. Fiddlesticks top. We've actually had a chance to play that with Shen. It would feel like a bad matchup, right? Because you can't really block auto attacks. But you just don't need to level your W until it's time to intercept junglers, because this champion has the worst auto attacks in the entire game. So if it is a Fiddlesticks top, thank you Mid Beast and Baus FFS, you basically just start walking up and hitting them. Hit. And if they ever fear you to go into the drain, then you immediately taunt onto them. Their attacks do no damage, and you rip into them for the whole duration. And then you can extend the trade from there. All right, looks like we have Lux mid and Yasuo top, most likely. We've been working with a lot of Ignites recently, and we're going to... They have so much playmaking here. I'm going to go with Teleport this game. I want to be able to join all these fights. I should be fine in the side lanes. Yasuo is a matchup that we can do very well into, especially when we get Randuin's Omen. Let's see if there's any things that change here. This, a little bit shorter trades. Get in. When you go the adaptive force, it's largely that you're just trying to get your empowered Qs off, right? MQ. Ooh, hello, Lux. Is it actually a Lux top? Suppose it could be. This is probably cheap shot plus something. And we're going to have like mana flow, maybe Scorch. If it's Scorched, then second wind is going to be absolutely fantastic. Let's dot our I's and cross our T's and go into OpGG to see what we've got. Fiddlesticks likes to start Raptors. I'm going to try to encourage my team to come this way. See if we can get some vision in. All right, live game. We've got Lux. We don't know if... It actually thinks that Yasuo is playing top. 89 games played, 56% win rate, so we have a one trick on our hands. Gonna go right in.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
This is not the best path, but in solo queue, this is like plat or emerald. Not everyone knows all the good paths to take, so I'm just happy to go lead the team, get a ward, right? Get some sort of advantage to start the game. I'll come back out. Now Lux is running Scorch, Mana Flow Band, Cheap Shot, right? So the hardest poke possible, which means that I want to limit any short trades and I want to go for extended long trades whenever possible to mitigate the effectiveness and basically hit her as hard as we can in between all of her cooldowns. There is a world where you can even start E against this and just dodge her first E, go straight into her face and start punching. All right, Yasuo mid. So we've got Lux here. She's going to have the push, and there's really nothing I can do about it. So what I can do is just try to preserve my HP, and when I go for these minions, which means that I want to get my shield up. And we're going to let Doran Shield do as much work as possible. We're going to play for a fast level 3 here. She's already fast pushed the wave. So this is an uncontrollably fast push. She won't be able to stop it. This was probably not worth it, actually, because that E plus auto, you can see like she's going to get Cheap Shot plus Scorch procs. And also, like, anytime that you're weighing in whether or not to get the minions, you want to be able to get at least 2. It's okay, though, right? We're going to let Doran Shield do a little bit of work for us. There is some amount of value to be had from the W against Lux, just that she can't proc the extra effect. But we're basically just going to sit on this and wait. I'm not going to take any of these extra damage. She's waiting to cast 3 spells on me. Could even be a level 2. Level 2E. That's what we're talking about, fam. That's how we do. I'm going to put a second point in Q right here because I'm going to hit W before she comes back anyways, and this will help me to get last hits under turret. I made a mistake right there. I should have gone and intercepted that wave. Said I'd have a better chance at getting this last hit. Got most of them. Here we go. Now I'm going to use this wave to help myself push up. Now I want to zone her off as much as possible. Oops, I accidentally pressed my W when that was out of range. Now I've cost myself some minions. And really, I took the big advantage that I had of this big wave and extended it way too far away. She did not ping to my team that, I missed my window. I'm going to leave this here so the guy has a way out. Way out, okay. That's, I mean, really big for my wave state. Because this wave gets all the way in. Let's just make sure it goes. We're going to have to do a little bit of prodding here. We just want to get this all the way in. I'm going to leave one CS behind, unless, no, it just takes one auto. If I had to wait for that, I wouldn't have taken it. We'll go right out of turret sight range and then press our recall so that they don't have any incentive. It's only after she walks up right here, she has to wonder whether or not she should cast some spells on me. And if she does, then she might lose out on some major tempo. We're just going to be stacking these things up. You know what? Let's do this. And are we going for... We can walk this back. It's coming back to us. This is a tight one. We're going to miss a little bit. At least 2 of these melees, probably a third one. Would be nice if this one occasionally goes in and tries to get frisky over here. But I was probably going to miss those 2 melees anyway, so I don't think I lose anything right now by just walking back. Now, because we're going to be in this elongated state, going to keep it here. We're also going to go and get this ward. Check this out, guys. This ward right here, it tends to stay out of range of what they're sweeping, but also it's going to see all the entrances to this pit as we come back up. I did lose 2 melees though of XP, so probably just bad. I should have done it on the way in. I should have pathed this way. I should not have waited as far as I did. She's level 5 now, and she's got boots and this, so she's very comfortable. There's the fiddlesticks. Got you. Lux top, everybody. Should turn into multiple kills. You know, we're just going to teleport straight back up here, get this wave crashed in. We're going to be absolutely enormous this game. If Lux isn't really paying attention, she might cast the E on the casters. That would have been this for us. But now I'm just going to try to set her up. I pressed my W too soon. I want to get the 1 auto attack because I want her to start proccing my second wind. But I want to save the second. I want to save the W for when she actually goes to empower her auto attack against me. Because that champion is completely different when she gets those off versus doesn't. Had a feeling she might do that. Hitting level 6, that means this is our chance to just pop out. There's a little trick you can do, grab the minion wave and pull it out, but because I'm ahead of her by a level, I don't actually want to do that. I just want to make sure we get our good recall off, pick up our refillable, and we should be able to dominate the lane from here on out. Now, do I want this ward over here, and do I want to path out? I'm going to be tracking these. Is something that I've been trying to plug as a leak in my game, that there's some minions I give up too many sometimes, and I don't want to do that. We gave up a melee and a caster, right? Not the end of the world. and a couple CS. But now this is pushing out, and she can't really do anything. She's completely annihilated here. I can zone her off. I just pressed my W again. Do no effect. I don't know why I'm flashing here. What am I doing? I'm trying to do too much is what I'm doing, and I just missed cannon for it. So, immediately paying the price. Now she's gonna go, she's right here, okay. Pinging cost me another minion. So I've already lost 5 minions trying to do the small things that I've been adding. So that's a sign that I might have something to work on. I'm gonna ping this for my team. Let them know that I'm close. If I do that, I definitely want to make sure that I trim this out just a little bit. If she's actually taking off, which it looks like she is, I'm going to start taking this and putting it back in her face. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to make an invade on the Elise, which is perfect for me. Spend this time to get all the way in. Lux is correct to leave this, right? Because I had a freeze right there, and that's actually a super advanced thing. So props to the Lux, getting herself out of a checkmate situation, right? She's checkmated in lane. There's nothing for her to do here, right? Except feed. And so whenever that's the situation, the best play is to get out, try to effectuate the map anywhere else. I'm going to keep this push now and ping to the Elise that this is my intention. Because this is more push now, I get to actually make a play on this Fiddlesticks. We get to call over, hopefully the Senna as well. I missed. Ooh. I missed again. This guy doesn't dodge. He, good. Create some distance. We're beautiful. Good job, guys. And I've got my ult ready for our bot lane. I could have played that much better, and I've been giving up some resources, but it's okay. Now, if I want to take the max away from the Lux, it's definitely a matter of freezing right here, and I could recall. This is coming back to me. Even though I have the higher level, these minions would push, but because it's a strong cannon wave, I can easily get back out on the map. Happy to do this. Give that guy the shield. Got a Fiddlesticks, no ult. And now we'll just peace out. We don't want to take any less of this. As the carry, it looks like we're going to be absolutely enormous in this game, so we could take this, saying that we are the carry, but we also want to get back up top. It looks like I left a little bit too much on that wave, which means it crashed in. I could have taken a little bit more to ensure that it stayed in a freeze. So something to work on for myself there. But we are obviously in a very, very, very good spot. Nice, dodge the stun. Hopefully, you know what, I was talking. It probably would have been a good moment to encourage my team to not overplay while I'm not there, since the majority of our lead is on me. I'm responsible for 9 of the kills. We only have a 7-kill lead, so you know, there's sometimes you just have to take a moment to communicate to your team. Not everyone's going to be on the exact same page. We've got what we want. Basically zoned ourselves off. She's walking back towards the river, which makes me think that there might be a Fiddlesticks right there. I didn't keep track of where he was in the bot lane. I didn't see him though, and maybe I should have. But I know that he died the first time that I ganked bot, so You know, this would be about that timer where he could be showing up in topside. And I don't have my ward down, so I'm not going to chase into the river. I already have a win, right? Don't need to go for the win more. Don't need to go for the kill every single time. There's other prizes on the map. I communicate to my team that we're ready for this. See if we need to. I don't think we'll need to. Do it late. Nah, maybe I should have just done it earlier. Crap. That shield doesn't get bigger until this. That's another thing I could have done. I actually could have leveled up first. I was not on top of that. We're not playing this very well. Let's see. She's going to want to approach this wave while she has a chance, kind of uncontested. Oh.
Shut down.
I'm reaching. I'm reaching. My team is flaking, so I need to play to carry now. Buckle down and focus on me. So you should never walk into vision, right? I just played that bloom. That guy continued walking forward, means that he paid no respect. He was like, oh, hubris, I can take this. Now let's see, I want to take this to bot lane. We already have bot lane broken, so mid lane it is. Gonna try to ride an ultimate there. Gonna let her die. They're riding this, so that means we're gonna come here for a crash. I do have Heartsteel and base, which is very tempting to go get, but I also am gonna have a big shop if I go for another push here. You don't want it? Okay. That kill should be enough for me to want to push this. Oh, we don't have nearly as much support, and Swain finished his back. I didn't see Swain do it. Oh. Say it ain't so, Swain. Say it ain't so. But that's on me. That's on me. I need to see that he's leaving. I could have imagined that he might have, and yeah, that's on me. Very, very, very important to communicate with your team, guys. They don't just make the play without you, right? Unless you're in Apex ELO and they can make a plan for all 5 champions, people are going to be making slip-ups, or they're just not going to know what the capacity of everyone is. So very, very important that you use your pings to communicate with your team what you're doing. All right, now they have a team that's somewhat kitey. I might want to get like an Iceborne Gauntlet next. Usually I go something like Zeke's or Locket. That will give me a large amount of flexibility in these team fights. And get some deep vision in between our pushes. Oh, she snuffed it out. Clever girl. I was going to say, we're sitting there in vision for too long, right? We just have to call that play off. There's actually no rush to get this. It's not going to change my buy, and this is already big enough, so I'm going to communicate to my team that I'm coming back here. I'm going to pick up another element for this, help my team with the next team fight with this. And now we're prepared. We're ready to flex. So now I want to get back on the map. So again, the reason I left this is because it wouldn't have changed my buy. And as such, there's nothing it really contributes except giving minions back to the enemy team, right? And I don't want to do that. I want to deny as much as possible, even at this stage in the game. But now we're getting ready to push. We're going to try to get this back up to middle. And because it delayed a little bit on my side, it's going to be a little bit safer for me here before I can go. I'm going to communicate to my team that it's ready to make a play. I'm totally down for this. Get a proc, and then we do this. Now we already have a slow push going on in the bot wave. Like to get my team ready to do this. Uh-oh, big fight. They're fighting without me, and I don't have my ult. We have to be more careful to not let them get those windows. Let's see if I can draw this aggro. That's a little bit of aggro, not much though. Not good. Where do I want my wards? Let my team know. We can go make a hunt on this Yasuo potentially. Probably actually just blew the cover for the Quinn. Let's do this right now, actually. Fuck them. Ashe is in the bot lane. We just do this. We have Seeker's Arm Guard, so we're actually like, we're completely huge for this, and we get to take this no matter what. With the Fiddlesticks, we win the fight. And we completely blow them out, and now we go straight into pushing, and this is what Ashe gets for showing her ugly face in the bot lane, guys. I'm going to go and hover this because Ashe is deciding to stay on this wave, right? So there's nothing really I can do against that, but I can stay here and protect against this. Escort my team over for the dragon. And we block all the auto attacks. We'll continue like this. We get some more kills. And we can just pick up soul for free now. 5v3 is endable, but we don't need to do it. No, get out. Okay, all right, fine. If they want to try to overcommit their defense, then we just win this. All right, now we have an end angle. Elise can take that for us. Like, it's fine. But the end is definitely in mid lane. They overcommitted their defense. The best play for them would have been to sit here, try to hope for a mistake, but since they decided to come out to us, that means we've got this play for us. Nice clean win. But Swain decided not to come and Quinn decided to back, so we don't get our end. And instead we get our soul. We still have Baron. We have a minute to push with Baron. Now I said I want to get the biggest spike I can right here, right? I don't know what just happened. Field for next. Thanks, team, for giving me the 50 gold. Come on, Fid. All you can do is you. This feels bad, man. Pourquoi? Well. All right, competing. What did we do well? What can we do better? I forfeited a little bit too much of the lead up that I had up in top. I was trying to push the Lux out and maximize the lead that I had against her, but I gave up a little bit too much. It was like 5 CS that we missed at one point, and then 4 more that we missed when we went out for that ward at the wrong time. So that can add up, right? Over the course of 1,000 games, if I'm going to play 1,000 games in a season, that difference between having 200 CS or 180 gold might be the swing between being able to buy an item and not being able to buy an item, right? A wave later or a wave earlier. And anytime that you can come back into the game a wave earlier and you have the item, just picture me against myself if you're wondering about what that difference is. If I'm playing against me in that same game and we have the same amount of gold except one person gets to go back and get their item one wave earlier, then that means they get to come back, and at that moment where you're trying to get back to base, they've got a completed Heartsteel And now they can push you in A, way harder, B, they can take the fight against you, and now suddenly it's really tough to find your way back, and that's what starts creating the snowballs. So that 180 gold makes a huge difference over the course of 1,000 games. That's certainly something that I want to make sure that I'm keeping track of a little bit better here. But as far as playing the champion, let's see, W's against Lux. I was using my W at an awful time. I blocked almost no empowered auto attacks with it. I think just one. As far as getting to fights and being in the right spot, I was very happy with my macro movements and like my game plan. And that a lot of that stemmed from making Lux as useless as she was in the top lane. And that's a Shen game, right? That's what we try to do. It feels like I completely annihilated that game. And despite my team making some demonstrable mistakes, I can still stay cool. I'm not going to blame anyone for anything. Let's just stay with the game plan. Help to communicate them when I see something. Make sure that I tell them, not just hope that they see it. Because sometimes people who get leads, you might hope that your teammate sees it, or you might see it and think that everyone sees it. And of course, they should let the 4-0 and 9 Shen get into the fight, and they should go in. But they're not always used to having a Shen. You're the person who's used to being the Shen. Or, you know, whichever character it is, whether or not you can get into a fight or out of a fight, you know it much better than they do, necessarily, right? And you're programmed to play the champion right then, right there. So you're thinking Shen things, they're thinking Quinn things. You have to make sure that they do the Shen Quinn thing. Does that make sense? Hope you guys like that. It was a clean game. We'll see if we can do a little bit better, though. That I'm targeting 200 extra gold to start the game. Also, you know, a couple flashes, really awkward flash timings. It felt kind of safe because with Merc Treads versus Lux Fiddlesticks, I know that I'm just never dying, and I didn't even need to go Abyssal Mask in that game. So maybe it could have been punished against some other champions, but maybe I don't try it against champions. All right, we absolutely crushed Nasus. We're very good into Nunu Ultimate. Basically blanket for one champion. Not blanket. If he goes AP, he can nuke the family. We have insanely good Nocturne synergy. Way outranges the Victor, so we're gonna have a good spot all around. Got some like purpley green things. Wish I'd gotten this chroma. Not because I like it the best, I just... There's one problem with this skin. And maybe it's not a problem. If I can learn to use it, it's probably OP. But it's harder to see when Grasp is on. And I suppose if I can know it's on and I hear it, then I have a better chance of effectuating it. Whereas my opponent might not see it, and that could be a good thing, but kind of weird. All right, we'll go here. Live game. As always, this has been much weaker over time. By the way, their team had a higher rank, so we must have had a higher MMR, because red team's supposed to get the higher MMR. Right here isn't necessarily indicative, and also it's early in the season, so these ranks are still pretty unrefined. I'm maining Shen. I only have 9 ranked Shen, so it's, you know, it's early. Brought the sweeper. Good blitz. I was about to turn around and grab Sweeper, but since he has it, he knows. We've got a knower. I'm going to come over this way to see potential other angles if they're coming in. I'm still ready to go help the team if it comes up. It's way too early for a sweep. Like, literally, that's the same timer. Also, the sweeper start doesn't do nearly as much as it used to. This is a misplaced ward. That guy's worried about the whole team being there. That's... This one right here won't even see if Nunu goes and takes the Raptors. That's how... Like, I get wanting to cover your tracks. This Nasus went tier. If this Nasus is not mid, then we are going to run. Nunu went snowball. Okay. This team should get completely annihilated. New snowball watch mid 2. Oops, I should not be hitting minions. I want to use my empowered Qs on him. Never possible. We're going to keep on trying to exacerbate this lead as much as possible. It's okay to give up a minion or two. I should have stepped up and skipped that CS, by the way, because it made it too obvious when my timer was going to be. He's doing us a huge favor by pressing that E. He's denying himself minions, and potentially causing this wave to push out. Now, he may just be trying to trim things down for a bit. Like, look how much damage he's doing to the wave here. Like, he might accidentally push this back out towards us. Gonna defend this cannon as much as possible from his Q stack. Gonna come up for it right about now. I would love for him to come here. I'm pretty sure we just get a double kill if they do. Let's do it, guys. Thank you. Nunu wasted all of his time. Nunu 5 camp top. And now my team absolutely runs away with this game because enemy team could not consolidate this kill. Gonna buy another potion. And now the Nasus is checkmated with a wave that's pushing away from him. He doesn't have access to teleport yet, and he won't until 6 minutes. This guy's trying his hardest to crash it back in, doing a solid for this Nasus, but because I've got the Dorans, there's really nothing he can do about it. I'm gonna start thinning this out because Nasus is gonna try to get back to this lane. Can't stop his back anymore. I might have been able to skip ahead of the minions and just let this freeze happen, but also just thinning the wave and then keeping my checkmate position will be totally fine as well. I want to let this actually get back into my turret. We're going to create a bounce back. This guy's going to have his spellbook available, but he's already on the way back to lane, so it's going to get everything into last hit territory. Which it looks like it might sit here for another wave, which might be sub up. Maybe it was correct to just trim a couple of these casters and then go back in, go for a recall, and then just walk back to lane as the wave is crashing. Oops. Fact, we can just leave this here. Ah, we baited him. Got him. Okay, we baited ourselves. We baited ourselves. That's on me. That's on me. That play was too... That was too... Fuck you, and he's leaving? Jeez, that's the worst of all worlds. Okay.
Enemy has been slain.
Missed. Alright, I don't have my checkmate lead on this guy anymore, and in fact he definitely kills me now at 6. So I cannot taunt back in. We have to completely change the way we play this lane. It's too bad that we had to give so much up. That could have communicated to the Nocturne better what we were trying to do. And maybe even just pushed out the lanes to go get my recall rather than try to get a freeze off of it. I want to make sure that if he's casting E on me, that it's always hitting the minions as well. Alright, we'll play through the Zeri. We're going to save all the rest of our ults for the rest of the game for this Zeri. This guy's getting pretty low on mana where we might consider being able to go in, but he still has enough where he can play for the ultimate, so we don't want to let him do that. He's going to be going a Frozen Heart build almost certainly. I can always walk in here to like just take a chip of damage. Second Wind will gain me more health than his E will do to me. Oop, you can get out. This guy needs to learn to make some adjustments. The initial hit of the E is what has the most damage to it. If I can dodge it, that'd be great. I can look for that. If you time that perfectly, you can actually get him to QU and block it. think I'm not even going to pay attention to this play because, again, it's all about Zeri. It would have to be like such a colossal swing that I were absolutely sure would work. That's not it. As you can see, like, they're already fine without me. Gonna keep an eye on this HP bar. Oops. Tell me he's not fucking leaving. Okay, fine. I don't know. Maybe that's a little bit antagonizing to the Nocturne.
Turret plating will soon fall.
Alright, Nasus has outscaled me. We'll just keep on taking these small little trades whenever we can. We need to get the Bomby Cinder so we have a chance at trading back. I could ult bot and help to defend this and win this fight and give Nasus a thing, which I think I might do. Can't do it because Nocturne's not there. We've got level 11 ult now. What's up, Jess? How you doing? Feels pretty bad. Need to get away from that guy. That guy is radioactive. I'm doing good. Welcome from Kick. Oh boy.
An ally has been slain.
All right, we got problems. I has no idea what's coming for him. Blitz! Get out of turret aggro, my friend. Uh-oh. Could have slowed him down. 37 seconds on Dragon means I'm going to keep on chasing this guy so that he gets a worse recall time off. Walk this ult out of there, and then we're going to recall, and we've got our teleport to join back in the fight, and we get to do everything that Shen loves to do in a game. It's tough to watch chat during the middle of the game when we're trying to do our tryhards, so forgive me if it's a little bit late. Today more than other days. Giga Gaming Academy, Galvanized Intellect Gaming Academy. That's our performance platform. It's where I take 20 years of experience in professional coaching as a tennis and soccer academy coach, and I try to help people learn ways to get good fast, especially in esports where we have so much room for growth. And this week we're going to be working on ourselves Tuesday and Wednesdays for us, and then we're going to be doing Worlds coverage as much as we can during the week. This guy's got Triforce and Frozen Heart, so he's actually stronger than me. And that's the power of the solo tier 2 gold that he just got. So we're going to have to be careful about that. That's my job. Since we have a lead, it's my job to answer the big side pusher and just make sure that I'm there for the rest of the fights. They have a lot of healing on their team, so I'm actually going to go for an interim on here before getting the rest of the Sunfire Cape. I need someone to pick this up. This might be an Abyssal Mask game. I think it will be, actually, for sure. It's one of the ways that I can stave off this for a little bit longer with like the area of effect damage that he does that hits through my shell. And it'll give Zeri a little bit more oomph as well as Wei. And we have to play towards our carries this game. We're definitely going to be just tank mode. We're not enough ahead to do anything, right? And we're not going to be able to match this guy in side waves anyways. We're just going to have to clear waves and get on. So the plan is to do that as much as possible. Now we don't want to flip against a Nunu, but we do want to get into fights against Nunu. This is a win for us. And 2 people dead means that we go for this. No way. This guy got a kill? We'll go here. We'll build the rest of this. Rest of us has magic. All right, sorry, as armor. We've got the MR here already. Maybe there's going to be an Abyssal Mask later. Our team needs a lot of help focusing on the macro of things. This may be dumb because their cooldowns might come back in. Nocturne. There we go. There you go. Don't take that damage. Okay, that should be a kill. There you go. Zeri can cover this and we can go for Baron, but we're completely on the wrong side of the map, which is okay if we can get more off of this, but we're gonna have to push out this wave and get it back in their face before we can do anything else. Nasus is probably in a position to carry the game from here. Yeah, I stream for fun. How about you? Oh, we got to pick on. Nope. Oh. Guys, this is so bad. Knock her over. Oh, if this guy had used that punch on the blast cone instead, it would have been so much better. Our macro is awful. Gonna give Zeri solo gold there. No reason to pick it up. Ignore the new guys. Ignore the new. This is a tough game. Luckily, we still get the NASA, so we're going to be okay, but, like, geez. We're spending a lot of time doing things that do not matter. Yeah, I have a Discord. It's Giga Gaming Academy. You can find the links on the website by following to gigagamingacademy.com and just click on the Discord link at the top. If you're an artist, then I have an open invitation or an open interview for anyone who wants to do artwork. Art designs, all you need to do is try to improve the logo. Anyone who can do that has carte blanche. But that's the interview. You can improve the logo, then we can talk art. Oh, nice hook, dude. Very, very nice. Finish the back, dude. They can pick this up. They're first. We'll go over here. We'll get this second. All right. Luckily, they didn't get anything out of this, and it means that there's no farm left for them to go. It gave us all the gold in the world, so we're going to have this coming into our base. We can keep on farming it up. It is the last super in the top wave. We've got 3 more coming in the bot wave. And as long as we don't let that into the base, then we're going to be fine. So that's going to be my job for the rest of the game, is covering against that. And then I'm available for these fights. Looks like no one's coming down to bot lane. Nasus is definitely going to go opposite of me. So I'm just going to tap this a little bit more. Make sure that we're pushing this all the way out. I want this in their lap right away. Nasus is going to go pick up this wave. Make him a little bit late. Which means I can start working on this right away. I should have taken the gates. In fact, I should have gone double gate into jump over the wall so we could get the Hextech Soul. There is no counterplay for them if we get that, and then we can just take these fights with Nocturne Shen combinations. Because these guys have already become a little bit Nancy with each other, they're not going to trust shock calls, so it's kind of beating a dead horse to try, but you know, do what we can. You know what, we're not going to need this, and I think this is going to be a much better play for us over time. Wei does not need to be here either. All I need to do is go find the Nasus, match where he's going, but he has Hullbreaker and Triforce, so there's nothing for me to do against him. All I can do is really just match whatever push he has going on and make sure that he doesn't make any progress in the game. Oh, get out, get out, get out, get out. Ever come to me, please. Gonna keep the pressure up. That's the end of the Baron buff. Oh, so not good. Blitz can buff the wave, that's totally fine. Gosh, we're so slow. Woo! Big damage. You know, I kind of want Zeke. Nah, I don't know what. Maybe Zeke's is no good. We have enough slow on this team. We have enough control. I don't need to be like the primary source where I get everything. I just go stop this Nunu from the push. We have our ult up in 40 seconds in time. Not in time for the dragon, but we have our teleport. So I'm just going to stop this guy's push. Careful of this right here. Alright, they're playing for Hallelujah. Hail Mary. Did. Cutting the wave, man. This Nasus knows all the tricks, guys. Surrealist. It's Giga Gaming Academy. I am ready for this, guys. We just make sure that Nasus doesn't have any angle to come back on us here. Got him. Nasus did a lot of good work. Alright, so let me see. Jess, I'm sorry. I had part of my chat also, and my monitors kind of overlapped at this spot, so I couldn't see everything. Yeah, if you're an artist, you can submit work there, and that's, like I said, that's the audition. This guy gets it. This guy gets it. Bot lane crushed it. Wade could have as well. They were great. All right, so we get our big wins. 2-0. Was it 2-1? So 2-1. So we win the best of 3. Played all right. Could have done better. I'm exhausted though. Hey, look at that. Team wide. They even got the Nocturne. Nocturne turned it around. Who knows what was going on early with that guy. We're just a little bit ambitious, not realizing how aggressive Nunu could be early. I will be right back. I need to go get some food in me, and I will be back for the second best of 3. All right, catch you guys soon. Peace. Hey guys, I actually just I'm not feeling that great. So I think that's gonna be the end of the stream for today. We're gonna take a little break, take care of our body. As a reminder to everybody, if you haven't been outside, stretch a little bit, get outside, get some fresh air, make sure you're moving your body around.